Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're doing something a little different. We're cutting through all the noise to give you a really personalized, hyper-focused look at one of the most critical narrative arcs for Feng Yuan and Binding Bing.
Yeah, we're tracking their escape right after the whole Bai clan situation, their urgent need for power, and their just ruthless infiltration of a major trade route.
And this is so much more than just a survival story.
Oh, absolutely. We're dissecting a period that's defined by, well, intense and incredibly rapid cultivation, some really deep strategic manipulation, and just calculated risk-taking at every single turn.
They have to go from being these exposed fugitives to, I guess, entrenched power players in just a matter of months.
And they have this massive goal, this ultimate destination, Clan City.
So our task today is a deep distillation. We're going to unpack this whole complex journey, focusing on who they were, how they managed this exponential power growth through some, frankly, terrifying means.
And the sequence of betrayals, you can't forget that.
Oh, absolutely. The betrayals they orchestrated, and then what the final kind of unstable status quo means for what comes next. I mean, this entire arc is just a masterclass in demonic efficiency.
It really is. And the source material here is so dense, it gives us the tactical blueprint for how this high-level manipulation is actually executed. You don't just see the results, you see the terrifying logic behind every single move.
Okay, so let's get into it. The section we're diving into is titled, pretty fittingly, The Caravan Journey and the Rise of He Tu.
Which is perfect, right? It's all about shedding these old, vulnerable identities for new ones, robust new identities that serve this one, single-minded and pretty destructive purpose.
And the disguises are really the foundation for the whole plan.
They're foundational. So Feng Yuan takes on the name He Tu, which literally translates to ugly, and he uses this fabricated story about fire injuries to explain his appearance.
He's playing a role.
Exactly. He projects himself as this communications leader, looks earnest, maybe a little simple. And then you have Binding Bing, who becomes Bai Yun. She pretends to be female, silent, and acts as his dutiful supporting wife.
That gender swap is a brilliant move.
It's multiple layers of camouflage. It's not just about a new face. It's about confusing anyone who might be looking for two men, specifically bounty hunters from the Bai clan.
And they get a lucky break almost immediately, right? They stumble upon the bodies of two dark leopards.
That discovery was, you could call it a tactical miracle. Hidden inside the leopard's ears were two breath concealment go.
And that seemingly minor detail is actually crucial.
Absolutely crucial. Feng Yuan's cultivation at this point is low, but Binding Bing is a powerful rank 3 goo master. She possesses the very distinct, very rare snow silver essence.
Which is incredibly easy to detect, correct?
Yeah, precisely. It's like a beacon. Without that breath concealment goo masking their auras, any rank 1 goo master, even the lowliest village head, would instantly pick up on that powerful essence and realize, wait a minute, these are high-level fugitives.
So this lets them appear as, just non-threatening rank 1s? Or even mortals?
Exactly. And that ability to blend in was paramount to integrating into the mortal trade structure they were targeting.
So why this path? They start out near Ziyu Mountain. Why not just strike out on their own?
Well, they're smart enough to acknowledge their own weakness at this point. Traveling through those famous, really dangerous mountains and rivers, it's impossible for them right now.
It's for, huge clan operations.
Right. Those routes require massive coordinated clan efforts, defensive formations, rank 4, or even rank 5 leadership to even think about it. They have none of that. So the only viable path is sticking to these ordinary, less defended forests and, crucially, human-controlled trade routes where they can blend in.
Which leads them to this little hamlet in a mountain basin. And this is where the real performance begins.
Oh, yeah. Feng Yuan's fabricated backstory is a work of art in getting sympathy. He presents them as just these utterly helpless mortals.
4 hard-working kids.
Exactly. Who tragically lost their cart of herbs and meat to a tiger. He even blames his ugly face on fire injuries he got trying to save rice from a fire.
He's banking completely on the compassion of ordinary people, isn't he? He's leveraging their lack of cynicism.
Yes, 100%. By appearing totally non-threatening, ugly, and honest, they get shelter from this elderly woman, and, most importantly, they gain the trust of the old village head.
Who's only a rank 1 initial stage go master.
A very low-level one. And the locals, they're just lamenting that everyone is suffering nowadays, and they completely buy the performance. So right away, they're established as honest people with a tragic story.
But this setup wasn't just about finding a place to sleep. It was about this desperate need for specialized power. why was Shangklan City the only goal?
The problem was one of synergy, or really the lack of it. The goo worms they have at this point, things like the disposable bone spear goo or the resource-generating heavenly essence treasure lotus, they're excellent on their own.
But they don't work together.
Exactly. They don't complement each other in a real fight. It's like having a collection of powerful car parts, but no engine to connect them all. They aren't a unified weapon system.
So even with a strong foundation, they can't fight efficiently. They can't punch above their weight.
Precisely. For them to reorganize and really hit their potential, to exhibit stronger fighting prowess and sustain a long fight, they need sophisticated, complementary sets of goo. They need the full puzzle.
And Shangklan City is the only place big enough to find those missing pieces.
It's a massive hub for both demonic and righteous trade. It's the only market large enough and diverse enough where they could reliably get those specialized goo sets and, just as important, the recipes to refine them.
And underneath all of this dangerous planning, there's this ticking clock that makes every single action urgent. The rank 6 spring-autumn cicada.
This is the existential threat. This is what's driving Feng Yuan's immediate need for explosive cultivation. The cicada is a rank 6 skin, and it's currently hibernating in his rank 2 aperture.
That's like trying to fit a nuclear reactor in a shoebox.
It is. If he tries to use it right now, the energy expenditure would just shatter his foundation. But if he just waits for it to recover naturally, well, the massive energy required for a rank 6 skin to hibernate will eventually be fully released.
And when that happens,
it will blow up the aperture.
that is just incredible pressure. He has to grow powerful enough to handle a rank 6 gin before that gin finishes his nap.
It mandates immediate exponential growth. He is in a race against his own greatest strategic asset. The time frame is totally uncertain, but the consequence of failure is absolute self-destruction.
Right.
And that knowledge, that pressure, it ensures there is zero hesitation in his actions throughout this arc.
Okay, so let's talk about how he addresses that pressure right away. They find what is basically a cheat code for cultivation. The bone-flesh unity gin.
This go is the single most important mechanism in this entire phase, besides the cicada itself. It represents Feng Yuan leveraging his past life knowledge to engineer a flawed but profoundly potent tool.
He tampered with the recipe, right, to achieve something called the indissoluble relation quality.
Yes, which is the highest possible bond for this type of goo. And we should probably slow down and really detail this because it's a bit complex, but so important.
Please do. How does this work, and how does he use Binding Bing's essence?
So there are 3 main relationship levels for this goo. You have fratricidal, which is the lowest, it's dangerous. Then friendly, which is standard, mutual benefit. And then indissoluble, which is this complete, powerful synergy.
And he engineered that top-tier one.
He did. And because Binding Bing is a rank 3 Go Master with that high-quality snow silver essence, and Feng Yuan is just a C-grade rank 1 with dark green essence, the goo lets him siphon her excess primeval essence.
Wait, but wouldn't injecting rank 3 snow silver essence into a rank 1 aperture cause? I mean, wouldn't that just be a catastrophic explosion?
Absolutely. Under any normal circumstance, it would be suicide. But this is where the tampered bone-flesh unity goo is just miraculous. It acts as a purifier and a converter.
So it filters the energy.
Exactly. When Binding Bing's essence is siphoned into Feng Yuan's aperture, about 6% of that snow silver essence successfully converts to Feng Yuan's own aura and quality. This purified, high-quality essence then strengthens his foundation without the dangerous contamination that would normally make him explode.
6% doesn't sound like a lot on paper, but given the quality difference, that must be an insane boost.
It's a difference between crawling and flying. Feng Yuan's cultivation speed went from painfully slow, even with his liquor worm, to what he described as soaring with 2 wings. He hit rank 1 peak stage in the very first night.
That's A-grade aptitude speed.
Which he does not have. It completely bypasses his natural limitations.
And beyond just the raw speed, he realized it had another critical function, something even the liquor worm couldn't do.
Yes. It became clear almost immediately that this goo could also help him break through the large realms. The jump from rank 1 to rank 2, 2 to 3. The liquor worm just helps you cultivate faster within a realm. The unity goo effectively smashes through the massive aptitude barriers between ranks. It makes his personal ascension virtually unstoppable.
And this realization, it triggers a really interesting moment of internal debate for him. He has a mechanism that can basically mass-produce rank 2 masters in days. He actually considers abandoning his solo path.
It's a moment of temptation, you could say, but it's very quickly corrected by his cold logic. He sits down and calculates the strategic value of this thing. If he revealed a way to mass-produce high-quality cultivators, the greed from the entire world would be catastrophic.
Everyone would want it.
Everyone. He estimates that just trying to guard a treasure like that would require an immediate alliance of the biggest, most powerful clans, Huwu, Fraith, Tai, Shang, just to survive the onslaught.
So the power is too great to share. It's too great to even own publicly.
Exactly. He'd spend all his time and resources just defending it, not using it to reach his goal of immortality. He reaffirms his solo path. He concludes that just devouring resources and inheritances alone is the faster, safer, and ultimately more efficient route for him.
So after 7 days of this, he reaches rank 2 initial stage. He's integrated his physical strength, 2 boars and half a crocodile.
That's right, and he's reinforced his defenses with the Iron Bones Go. Now he's ready. He needs passage into that massive caravan.
And this is where that initial deception, that whole tragic story, really pays off.
It does. They needed a guarantor. The old village head, old Zhang, is completely convinced that they're these honest, hardworking kids. He was so easy for Fang Yuan to manipulate.
And the purple maple leaves, they were basically worthless, weren't they?
Almost completely worthless. I think they were valued at 2 primeval stones total, but the leaves weren't the point. The real currency was the perception of being these honest, desperate mortals who just needed to sell their meager goods.
He fakes being dejected.
Which prompts the empathetic old man to vouch for them to the caravan leaders. And that's what gets them in. It establishes their credentials as trustworthy mortals, allowing them to slip into the caravan's hierarchy without anyone scrutinizing them as potential go-masters.
The caravan itself is described as this big, sprawling, mixed structure.
It is. It's essentially a temporary coalition of a bunch of different clan forces. Chen clan, Jia clan, you name it all, operating under the loose authority of the main leader, vice leader Wu Yanggong. And that complexity, that chaos, is perfect for Fang Yun and Bai Ningbing. It lets them just blend into the background, operating among the mortals.
And this is where we meet the character he plans to leverage most intensely, Shang Xinqi.
Lady Zhang Xinqi, and her introduction is just full of contradictions. She's beautiful, she's renowned for this unique kindness, but she's rumored to have 0 cultivation aptitude, a true mortal.
Yet she's a deputy leader of the Zhang clan, with a rank 3 bodyguard.
Exactly. Her bodyguard is Zhangzu, and he's completely dedicated to her. It makes no sense on the surface.
And Fang Yuan recognizes her instantly, but the context just doesn't line up with his memories.
He's completely bewildered. Because in his past life, she was a high-level Gu master. He remembers her for this profound, almost radical form of compassion.
There's that story about her lending money.
Yes, the source gives that striking example. She would lend money even if she knew she was being deceived. Her reasoning was that she didn't want to bet on the chance that the person might actually starve.
I have to stop on that for a second.
Sure.
I mean, that is the kind of profound trust that someone like Fang Yuan can weaponize instantly.
It's the perfect foil for his ruthless efficiency. He sees her kindness not as a virtue, but as a weakness he can exploit for massive long-term gain, especially because he knows she is unknowingly destined for high status within the Shang clan.
And they're disguised as these poor mortals. It lets them see the truly brutal baseline of life in the caravan.
The contrast is just jarring. The servants are treated as completely disposable. They're beaten, sometimes killed, easily replaced. And Fang Yuan and Bai Ningbing, disguised as mere attendants, they immediately face this relentless bullying from the mortal old-timers.
Guys like Brother Kang and Skinny Monkey.
Yeah, who try to extort their meager earnings. And this just establishes that even at the absolute bottom of the hierarchy, life is defined by cruelty and power. And Fang Yuan he absorbs the abuse. He knows his patience will pay off when he starts eliminating the people higher up the food chain.
The first major test that confirms his physical strength and his commitment to the mortal disguise comes at Feihao Mountain.
This is a crucial checkpoint. It's overseen by the Bandit Monkey King, and it was established by a historical decree from the rank 5 Sky Crown Marquis. The rules are simple. The monkeys only respect physical strength.
So you have to arm wrestle the Monkey King.
You do to pass toll-free, but the rule is absolute. The moment a Go Master uses any Go Worm during the contest, the entire horde attacks and kills them. No exarans.
Why not just pay the toll and avoid the risk?
Because paying the toll would diminish Shang Xinqi's already limited capital. But more importantly, it wouldn't establish Fang Yuan or He Tu as a valuable asset. He needed to demonstrate his worth under extreme pressure.
So he steps up, relying purely on his raw physical strength. The 2 boars and half a crocodile.
That's it. And he's very smart about how he does it. He intentionally draws out the struggle.
He can't win too easily, can he?
No, exactly. That would have been a huge red flag. It would raise suspicion among the Goo Masters that he's using some hidden strength type go. He has to look like a mortal anomaly, someone with innate divine strength.
So he struggles, barely wins, and then manages his wins and losses in other matches.
Yes. He drags out the contest, narrowly defeats the Monkey King, and by managing expectations like that, he solidifies his status. He's now this legendary mortal worker, and he's earned the Monkey King's respect and, crucially, Shang Xi's unwavering trust.
Once he's secure in the caravan, he immediately starts his real operation, leveraging that past life business knowledge.
His strategic acumen here is just brilliant. While all the other merchants are moving common goods, he targets the Jin clan village. He identifies a key strategic commodity, Jinzan grass.
And he makes this seemingly bizarre trade.
It looks crazy to everyone else. He trades valuable golden lamp oil for huge quantities of this seemingly useless grass. But he's anticipating an 8-fold profit margin.
Why was that grass so valuable?
Because Fang Yuan knew, from his past life, that the Jin clan was secretly developing the golden silkworm goo recipe, and that recipe required massive amounts of Jinzan grass.
So he cornered the market on their raw materials.
Without them even knowing it. The Jin clan leaders thought they were just extorting Shang Xi's mortal lackey. They had no idea he'd just secured their entire supply chain, guaranteeing his own immense profit.
But his rapid success and this arrogant demeanor started attracting the wrong kind of attention.
Zongzu, Shang Xi's loyal rank 3 bodyguard. He grows deeply suspicious. He advises Shang Xi to get rid of both He Tu and Bai Yun. He senses Fang Yuan is hiding something sinister, that he's far too calculating for a mere mortal.
But she doesn't listen.
No. She chooses to trust her own judgment of his character, a character which, of course, Fang Yuan has meticulously crafted for her.
And this is the trigger. Fang Yuan realizes he has to get rid of Zongzu and accelerate his own power growth before he's exposed, which leads to this shocking, intentional escalation of conflict.
He goes into this period of intense cultivation, right?
Yeah.
He rapidly advances to rank 2 upper stage, and then he deliberately engineers chaos. He steers the caravan through the most dangerous zones, knowing that a chaotic battlefield is the best possible cover for a perfect crime.
And Bai Ningbing figures out what he's doing.
She does. She's the first to deduce his true manipulation.
How does she figure it out? What's the evidence?
She notices the mysterious oil powder he claimed was for lubricating the cartwheels. She realizes this powder was, in fact, an attractant. He had been intentionally scattering scents to draw in persistent, powerful beast groups.
So the wolf packs, the toggers, he was luring them on purpose.
Yes. The Zhaoyu mountain wolf packs, the Baihu mountain tigers, and critically, the white feather-flying elephants. He was bringing them all to their location.
That's a massive, shocking decision. He's putting hundreds of lives at risk just to create a window to commit a murder.
It confirms his identity as a pure demonic cultivator. He uses the chaos of the white feather-flying elephant attack, which he himself initiated, to carry out his first major assassination. Zhangzu, exhausted and focused on defense, gets separated from the group. Fang Yuan seizes the moment.
And he kills the rank 3 bodyguard with the spiral bone spear goo. Can you quickly detail the difference between that and the regular one?
Sure. The standard bone spear goo is a straight projectile. It's fast, but it can be anticipated. The spiral bone spear goo, however, is designed to rotate in flight. This adds immense piercing power and often confuses the target's defense.
So he hits the weary Zhangzu in the back.
He does, and Zhangzu dies bewildered, realizing he was betrayed but having no idea who the attacker was. Perfect. An elephant stomps Zhangzu's body into meat paste, which utterly destroys all evidence of a Goo Master's intervention. It just looks like a tragic casualty of the beast attack. The one person who could have exposed him is gone.
This successful murder is then immediately followed by this open confrontation with the O clan.
Right. Wu Fei, a rank 2 Goo Master, assumes Shang Shi is now unprotected, and he tries to seize her goods. Fang Yuan intercepts.
And this is where he reveals his true power.
He instantly reveals his hidden cultivation rank 2 upper stage, backed by rank 3 essence reserves from Bai Ningbing, and he kills Wu Fei with just brutal efficiency. He shatters the bully's face with a combination of a spiral bone spear and his immense physical strength.
And this time, he uses the fight to fully unveil Bai Ningbing.
Yes. The father, Ouyangong, who's a rank 3 vice leader, enters the fray. And while Fang Yuan is holding him off with his physical strength and the defensive canopy gu, Bai Ningbing just casts off her disguise.
She reveals her true cultivation.
She unleashes her terrifying snow silver essence, revealing she's actually a rank 3 peak stage cultivator, and then she executes Ouyangong with a single, precise bone spear to the head.
The atmosphere in the camp after that must have been just absolute terror for the other leaders.
It was paralyzing. The sight of 2 demonic cultivators, one a rank 3 peak, the other a rank 2 upper stage with the strength of a monster, was enough to completely break the remaining coalition.
The other leaders just fall in line.
Immediately, Jialong and Chen Xuanjin, the remaining leaders, they realized they can't afford to fight. They immediately agreed that the Wu father and son deserved their fate just to preserve their own strength. They even try to recruit Fang Yuan and Bai Ningbing, confirming their total subservience to this new power dynamic.
So, with the caravan leaders terrified, Fang Yuan has secured the resources and eliminated his immediate threats. But he needs one final massive payoff before he gets to Shenklan City. And this leads them to the terrifying landscape of Mubei Mountain.
Mubei Mountain is just. It's a place defined by endless zombies and the dark history of the Zombie King demonic inheritance. It's a place of slaughter and despair.
And Fang Yuan recognizes it.
Instantly. He decides the remaining caravan leaders are no longer valuable. In fact, they're a liability. They need to be dealt with to prevent them from exposing him later.
And the architect of all this local chaos is revealed to be a man named Ding Hao.
Ding Hao is the naive, completely isolated successor to the Zombie King inheritance. He was a forgotten mortal servant who had spent 11 years cultivating alone on this mountain, and he'd managed to reach rank 3.
What was his goal?
His final mission, which was inscribed on a stone slab by his long-dead master, was to kill 1,000 people and amass a massive zombie army. Only then could he officially join the lineage.
So he's dangerous, but he lacks any real-world experience.
Yeah.
Or cynicism.
Exactly. He's the perfect target for Fang Yuan, who just charges out into the zombie horde and shouts, "Ding Hao, get out here!" He successfully bluffs, impersonating a higher-ranking disciple of the same lineage, an eldest senior brother.
And he just falls for it. A simple bluff like that with so much at stake.
Ding Hao has spent over a decade completely alone, driven only by this belief in his master and the lineage. He is starved for connection, for validation. So when his supposed eldest senior brother appears in the middle of all this chaos, Ding Hao is just overcome with emotion and belief.
So he gives everything away.
He immediately reveals his true location, a cave near a pentagram-shaped dark pond, and his entire purpose. He's just desperate to finish his mission and get his master's approval.
This is classic Fang Yuan, weaponizing genuine emotion and isolation against his target.
He capitalizes on Ding Hao's emotional dizziness and his physical exhaustion from controlling this huge zombie army. Fang Yuan pretends to help him, perfect his plundering strategy.
And he uses that moment of trust.
He points out a feigned weakness, a fake escapee, causing Ding Hao to turn his head for just a second. In that instant, Fang Yuan executes him with a spiral bone spear right through the skull.
The betrayal is total, immediate, and just. Utterly cold.
With Ding Hao dead, Fang Yuan collects the spoils of a decade of solitary cultivation. It's an astonishing amount. Approximately 13,000 primeval stones, valuable Goo Master corpses for later, and a bunch of goo worms from the zombie lineage.
And the cleanup crew is built in.
Perfect. The zombie horde, now without a commander, just turns on the remaining corpses on the battlefield. Meanwhile, Fang Yuan returns to the traumatized survivors, appearing wounded but heroic, spinning this tale about fighting a powerful green-hair zombie.
Which leads directly to the resolution with Shang Xinqi.
And her reaction here is the pivot point for her entire character. She repays Fang Yuan by giving him every single asset they jointly accumulated, including the massive profits from the Jinzan grass deal.
Even after he tells her what he is.
Yes. When Fang Yuan confesses his demonic nature, she accepts it completely.
She chooses him over the moral path. Why?
She looks at him with this resolute gaze and she tells him, "Shinxi's not pedantic. Those righteous Go Masters are mostly just hypocrites. Being able to receive your protection is my fortune."
Wow.
She had been betrayed and ostracized by the so-called righteous path her whole life. Fang Yuan, despite being a murderer, had been transparent with her and had protected her. He demonstrated loyalty. So she chooses this pragmatic trust based on personal observation over some rigid, hypocritical societal doctrine.
So this arc has just fundamentally redefined these three key players. Let's take stock for a second. Where does this leave everyone, starting with Feng Yuan?
Fang Yuan has achieved rank 2 upper stage, an incredibly fast descent thanks almost entirely to the bone-flesh unity goo. He's fully integrated powerful defensive and strength goo, and he's proven he can command large-scale business operations and execute these complex battlefield manipulations, successfully eliminating multiple threats at once.
His ruthlessness has been validated by immense success.
Completely. He systematically eliminated Zhongzhu, the investigator, the Wu clan, the opportunists, and Ding Hao, the resource cache. And his ultimate gain is this foundation of wealth, 13,000 primeval stones, and the secure future leverage of Shangxinxi.
And what about Binding Bing? She really evolved from just an accomplice to an active participant.
Binding Bing is no longer a bored bystander. She is now a knowing and a fully willing participant in mass murder and deception. Her open display of her rank 3 peak stage strength during that Oak Clan fight, it confirms her commitment to Feng Yuan's path. She has this deep respect for his cold, strategic brilliance, even though she still views him as, a sociopathic monster.
And Shangxinxi, who chose the demonic path based on what she saw with her own eyes.
She's undergone the most profound internal shift. She's lost her original innocence and her protection, but she's gained an invaluable new, albeit demonic, protector. Her choice to trust Feng Yuan reflects this newfound pragmatic maturity. She now views the world through a lens of utility and observable action, not abstract definitions of good or evil.
Okay, let's summarize the concrete gains and losses here.
The gains are quantifiable and they are huge. Feng Yuan holds massive liquid assets, over 13,000 primeval stones, plus all those trade profits. He has achieved that explosive rank 2 upper stage cultivation, and most crucially, he has secured the future strategic leverage of Shangxinxi, knowing she's heading toward her destiny as the Shang clan leader's beloved daughter.
A fact he's clearly planning to exploit later.
Whoa, absolutely.
Were there any material costs to this whole operation other than, all the human lives?
Yes, resource conservation was brutal during the journey. Because of the high risk of using his resource goo, the heavenly essence treasure lotus in the caravan, Feng Yuan couldn't get enough feeding materials. As a result, 2/3 of his disposable but necessary bone spare goo starved to death.
A calculated loss.
A calculated loss in favor of secrecy, yes.
So they arrive at the new status quo. The trade route is safe now that Feng Yuan has neutralized all the major threats, both the natural ones and the ones he engineered. What is the immediate next and final strategic move of this arc?
Separation. They're entering safer, more inhabited territory now, near Shuangjiang Mountain and Shulei Mountain, heading towards Shang Clan City. And Feng Yuan must separate from Shangxin, precisely because of her imminent rise to high status.
But wait, why abandon her now? Right when she's about to become this huge asset, the Shang Clan leader's daughter. Isn't that counterintuitive?
It seems like it, but it's the ultimate risk mitigation. Shang Clan isn't just a rank 5 power, it's guarded by rank 6 supreme elders. Her ascension means immediate, high-ranking scrutiny of her entire entourage, led by expert investigative Go masters.
And that level of investigation would inevitably expose his deepest secrets.
Especially the hibernating rank 6 spring-autumn cicada in his aperture.
Ah, the cicada risk. That immediately outweighs the benefit of staying close to her.
Absolutely. Staying with her means certain exposure and annihilation. He's secured her loyalty, he's secured her assets, and he's set her on the path to power. He has leveraged her as far as he safely can before the real, high-ranking risks begin. The plan's split upon reaching Shang Clan City is mandatory for his survival.
This arc just truly showcased Feng Yuan's terrifying capacity for forward planning. I mean, he used every single person, from the compassionate village head to the naive Ding Hao, as a disposable tool to achieve this immediate, explosive personal power, all while masquerading as an ugly peasant.
It really speaks volumes about his strategic doctrine, doesn't it? The entire journey was just an exercise in risk mitigation and maximizing personal profit. He never saw the caravan as something to be protected, but as an environment to be exploited.
And his core belief.
That total personal control and resource consumption trumped the effort of building some moral organization. Well, it was brutally validated by his explosive growth.
It makes you wonder how the path of power in this world is less about fighting your enemies and more about leveraging the trust of your perceived allies. And that leads us to our final thought for you to mull over.
We saw how the bone-flesh unity goo gave him this exponential power, and we saw how he built Shang Si up, only to secure her loyalty and assets right before abandoning her at the exact moment of her transformation into a major power player.
So, given that necessary separation, which could easily be seen as the ultimate betrayal from the one demonic figure she decided to trust, what extreme measure might Shang Xinzi take if she ever realized the full extent of his manipulation? Or if she felt truly abandoned by the very man who taught her pragmatic cynicism?
Her newfound pragmatism, fueled by that deep, unique compassion, it might just manifest as a righteous hatred that could define the entire next stage of her career. The fascinating thought for a truly powerful new player.
Until the next deep dive, stay informed.
And choose your allies carefully. We'll see you next time.